My name is Jennifer Dick. I'm the Associate Director of Bard and the Botanics, and this summer, as part of our These Headstrong Women season, I will be directing productions of Timon of Athens and Queen Lear. These Headstrong Women, it's a very important season for us, it's very meaningful. We've been committed to increasing the representation of women in classical theatre for as long as we've existed as a company. Hamlet tells us that the purpose of playing is to hold the mirror up to nature. And Shakespeare may have been doing that in terms of his representation of women when he was writing the plays, but all of these hundreds of years later, the world is a different place. And in order to hold the mirror up to our nature, we need to have more women in the plays, because women are in all areas of life in the modern world. And I think it's really important that art and theatre in particular reflects the modern world, otherwise what's its purpose? There are so many fantastically talented, intriguing female actors in the Scottish theatre scene. And we don't even have enough parts for them this season, but we want to start making it expected that women will feature in classical theatre. And the only way to do that is for us to make a very strong statement and to have all 4 of our plays centred around female characters. So the first show I'm directing this year is Timon of Athens. We can't find records of another professionally produced production of this play in Scotland within living memory. It's also, we only discovered this after we programmed it, but it's the play in its original form which has the least amount of dialogue for female characters. So I've just basically flipped that on its head by cross-gendering quite a few of the characters. So not only do we have a female Timon, but Timon's closest companion, a character called Apomantis, is also being played by a female actor. And we have 2 more women in the cast, so it's 4 women and 2 men, because we didn't want to present all female productions. Because I think that it's quite easy for people to dismiss that as a gimmick, whereas what we want to do is present universes, like our own modern universe, where men and women exist alongside each other. The main character of Timon basically is a hugely wealthy socialite in Athens, very generous, constantly giving away all of her possessions and all of her money until she ends up with no possessions and no money, and discovers that her so-called friends have no wish to return the favour. And she becomes increasingly aware of the great divide between the haves and the have-nots in Athenian society. I find it an incredibly exciting play, a very passionate play, and as I say, a very topical play. There's some dialogue in there that could have been written yesterday about things that are happening in our world right now, which is kind of shocking in one way, that we don't seem to have made a lot of progress, but also again says to me how resonant the works of Shakespeare are. So my second production is Queen Lear, which nobody is going to believe me when I say this, but I have actually been planning to do this play for about 3 or 4 years in this manner, with a female queen. I believe that the recent production that had Glenda Jackson, I didn't get to see it myself, which I'm very sad about, but I believe she played the character as a king, which is one thing in itself, and I heard that she was wonderful. What I'm interested in, though, is to look at this story from the point of view of a female monarch. Working with the amazing actress Jeanette Foggo, who's going to play Lear, we're already talking about the character, and she's discovering things about the character which I think are going to really resonate. Lear is a fantastically human play. It's about love and loneliness and family. It's about the loss of reason and how terrifying that can be. It's also a great thriller. There will be some great fighting. There will be all of the thrilling stuff that you expect in a production of Lear will be in there. There'll just be some headstrong women that are doing all of those exciting things. Again, in my production, it's weighted towards women, so we have 4 women in the cast and 2 men, all fantastic actors. And I think it's going to be a really exciting and moving and a new production of Lear, a new way of looking at the play that I think will be captivating. The first thing that we aim to do is to put on the best shows that we possibly can, the most entertaining, the most interesting. Come to one of the outdoor shows and bring a picnic. and bring your children. Come to the Kibble Palace and have a really intimate and up-close experience with, a fantastic piece of text, acted, as close as 2 feet away. The actors will be right there and you feel like you're really part of the action. Come because it's not like going and sitting in a theatre and feeling slightly distanced from the play. When you come to Bard and the Botanics, the actors can see the audience as much as the audience can see the actors, and you are involved in the play. We try as far as we can to bring you into the story, to bring you on the journey. And come because it's beautiful. There's nothing like seeing Shakespeare in the spectacular surroundings of the Botanic Gardens and the Kibble Palace, which is just breathtaking.